Alrighty. Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dino action with the re-edition of a fantastic additional queen. A lot of them. I could have added Goreclaw, which I have used before. Creatures you control with power 4 or greater cost, 2 less. Cost reduction is quite fantastic. However, I can get too much cost reduction and that can go to waste. If I'm stacking up Marauding Raptor and Huntmaster, sometimes from Goreclaw, it wasn't as impactful as I want. So, something that ramps for multiple mana, untaps potentially quite a few times a turn. You've likely seen me use it before, but if you haven't, this is the first time you're joining, watching dinosaur stuff. This specifically, Gwenna. Oh. Tap, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Lovely for consistency, although that usually isn't a problem. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on Gwenna and untap it. There certainly is a lot of creatures that meet that requirement. Shifting Ceratops, of course, fantastic to start off with against any sort of spirits deck. Azorius control, which I have not seen in quite some time here and just playing on my phone. I'm a little bit sad about that fact, unfortunately. Hey Sammy, how's it going? How's it going? Too much of a good thing? Yeah, we'll see. I think too much of a good thing might mean the opponent is dead more often. Well, that's the hope at least. But yes, there is not a whole lot of interaction. I wanted to keep it just like this, and it may be working in a little bit more, something that could potentially help against aggressive stuff. Yes, it's good. Hopefully, all you guys are having a good Friday, or whenever it is you are watching, you can at least relax, have a nice time here. But yeah, just elevating Gwenna. We've got fantastic ramping with Marauding, Huntmaster, Drover, and Topiary Stomper. However, last night with Lead the Stampede, of course, there is fantastic potential looking at the top 5 and grabbing all those creatures, revealing them, putting them into your hand. Nice to do that, but I felt perhaps I want a touch more potential ramp to get the bigger guys out a little bit easier. Gwenna certainly is going to do that trick. Shifting Ceratops. I am starting off with this, still going to continue because Dimir Rogues, that seems very common for me. I don't know about you guys. I got a fantastic new addition with Invasion of Amonkhet. Scary, scary stuff. The counter spells. Part of the rogues, some of the rogues, are at least part blue. And it's going to be nice to at least dodge some of those, dodge a little bit of the removal, the answers with Shifting Ceratops here, and hopefully get the job done. Of course, there is lots of painful removal with rogues and the milling. And leading off with that, Dimir, part black, Bouncer's Beatdown. Basically, I think most of the time, every single rogue is black or partly black and blue. So Bouncer's Beatdown, going to take out, the name escapes me. The rogue for 1 black, they flash it in, mill some stuff, it can get bigger. It eventually gets Death Touch when we have 8 or more cards in our graveyard. That's where it's at. Take out any of those Flying Lords. Bouncer's Beatdown is going to be quite nice indeed. And give us a much better chance against that potentially pesky deck. But otherwise, the game plan is simple. Tons of ramp. Get the big stuff. Possibly add in some more interaction for tomorrow night. Going to be good. Back to nature still in. If we face some 5-color enigmatic incarnation enchantments. Weathered Runestone, I listened to your suggestion and it is in. Help against Grease Fang. Various graveyard strategies for tonight. Oh, I see. That is too bad. Speaking of taking a long time, I have seen Dimir Rogues again. I'm talking about it a lot before we begin here, but they take a long time to play stuff. It seems like, they have that Drown in the Lock if they have a certain or enough cards in our graveyard, they can counter a spell equal to or less than the number of cards in our graveyard. It just takes them a long time to cast things or cast removal. Perhaps it's people that are new to the deck, possibly because it has seen a resurgence. That's alright. Usually we can get the job done, of course. Hard to deal with threats like Carnage Tyrant, Tyrranax Rex. Usually against Dimir Rogues, they will have a pretty hard time paying that ward for. But again, if the game has gone long, Tyrranax Rex will not stay long on the battlefield. Otherwise, we've got Kogala, Yadaro, part of the thumbnail there, the alternate art for this. 7 power, so it synergizes quite nicely with Gwenna, and her ability to make 2 mana can be used for creature abilities. I'm all but certain you can use it for Kogala's discarding to destroy an artifact or enchantment, shuffle it into your library, draw a card. It is better than cycling in that aspect, probably most of the time, unless of course you want to reanimate this, you want it to stay in the graveyard. It's not going to be there. But we're not reanimating, we are just playing good old fair ramping, overpowering the opponent. 2 more Tyrranax Rex in there if we're facing control. We want a little bit more haste, lovely top deck potential, possibly cut 2 Ghaltas there, and yeah, we'll, it's going to do good. It's going to do good. Of course, aggro, I mean, that can be painful. Can't win against everything, but adding in, 3 sweepers, 4 sweepers, something like that, might do the trick. Or just fantastic, cheaper dinosaurs. Sometimes that has helped me, especially against mono red. Thrashing Brontodon, 1 and 2 green. That's bought me enough time. Hopefully, this will do the trick. I mean, it could if everything sticks around. We got Marauding turn 2, Gwenna turn 3. Boom, we would get Carnage Tyrant on turn 4. We're going first, so you never know. And it's nice to see Secluded Courtyard. I wanted to add that tonight, 3 copies, just to increase the consistency, especially with full cost reduction. Things are a little bit painful. Another Gwenna, unfortunately. Yeah, full cost reduction, things are painful with mono red sources. Sometimes creatures are fully reduced and I can only pay green mana. Hopefully. Okay, yes, Thieves Guild Enforcer. Okay, so we talked about Dimir Rogues so much that the algorithm decided to make us face them. I'm feeling pretty good, even if they take out Marauding. We still get Gwenna next turn. If Marauding sticks around, that's going to be lovely stuff indeed. Oh, they're going to take it out or bounce it. I'd be surprised if Marauding Raptor stuck around. Although they may want to use that for the other flying, whatchamacallit. Could they have a counter spell? Potentially, but I think they're going to flash in that Lord. I'm going to hope for the best. Get that Sheltered Thicket down. Hope they don't counter Gwenna. I think that Lord's coming up. I won't bother attacking with Marauding Raptor. That Lord is a 1/3, so it would easily block that. And okay. It is a little bit painful. They're setting up for a ton of mail. They're going to meet that requirement of having at least 8 cards in our graveyard pretty quick. Oh boy. There's no unlicensed hearse, as you would have seen. Bouncer's Beatdown, that can be good against Greasefang, but sometimes Greasefang is just too fast. I don't get a chance to have a creature out, then use Bouncer's Beatdown. Soaring Thought Thief. Now, there it is. So we're going to be hit by a lot of painful death touch damage. Both those things have to stick around, unfortunately. It is 8. I mean, we got some chances here. Carnage Tyrant is definitely going to block one of those things. Love it. Now the question becomes, Carnage Tyrant to trade with one of the Enforcers. Pretty fantastic. I could safely attack with Gwenna and Marauding. Do a bunch of damage. I like it. Maybe they hold back the Thieves Guild Enforcer for following turn. Attack with both of those. Hard to say, because there is a lot of damage. 7 with Carnage Tyrant. They're already down to 13. This could get out of control, especially if we get shifting Ceratops. Maybe they've attacked with both Thieves Guild Enforcers. So I thought Thief can't. Oh, they milled a shifting there, if you saw. That was a little bit unfortunate. That's okay. I'm just happy there wasn't another Soaring Thought Thief coming down. Maybe another Carnage Tyrant is going to... Oh, Nighthawk Scavenger does us in. Can't win them all, unfortunately. Nah, not going to do it. Well, hey. That's alright. They had a fantastic start. Everything exactly that they needed in the top 10. Top 9 or 10. Alright, Bouncers Beatdown it is. Like I was mentioning, Rogues. Pretty much everything, I think, is black or part black. That's going to do the trick big time. I'll trim Gwenna. We got lucky having her stick around. That was good. Ghalta, you know what? If I want to fight stuff, I want Kogala and Yadaro. Actually, I do want some Gwenna. Okay. So we got a decent bit of interaction. 4 copies of Kogala, Yadaro, 4 Bouncers Beatdown. I think that should give us a good chance. Definitely nice to see 2 of them. 2 lands, Drover the Mighty. A little bit iffy with Regisaur Alpha and Carnage Tyrant, but there should be a good chance we get something cheaper. Hopefully, of course, it is a Topiary Stomper. That's always lovely. Making use of that thing's power for Bouncers Beatdown. Before we get to 7, attack and block. And oh, I wonder what they're going to flash in. Gee, maybe could be a fatal push, but Thieves Guild Enforcer coming up. Oh my goodness. Okay, hopefully that stays at 1 and Drover survives. Then we can go Bouncers Beatdown on that thing before it gets a little bit big. 2 in the graveyard so far. We have at least a few turns, I would imagine, before they get to 8. They're definitely not getting 8 right now. Okay, so another Drover. We still got that source of green with Bouncers Beatdown. Not a whole lot of things are powerful. Of course, it would have been nice if Drover was a 3/3, you know, make Bouncers Beatdown a little bit better. But if we had a Dino, of course, that would have been quite nice, huh? The auto tapper messed me up. I should have checked that. Secluded Courtyard, unfortunately, we can't use as a green. Oh, they got lucky again. 2 Thieves Guild Enforcers in the top 9. Ugh. And this, okay, well, you know. Let's get a Dino coming up. Take out both of those Thieves Guild Enforcers, potentially. If we get Marauding Raptor, that could happen. Give us a fighting chance here. Ugh, Karplusan Forest. Regisaur Alpha it is. Get 2 bodies, stop the Enforcers if they want to attack in at us. Yeah. Sometimes, Sammy. Very rare cases, but yes, of course, it is best to always go first. That's the start of hopefully winning your match or your game. the most important thing, for sure. Interesting. So this is going to bode well for us. We save possibly Regisaur Alpha and the token. Oh, this is good. This is good. Definitely liking our chances here. Certainly Secluded Courtyard. Get a colorless Karplusan. Make a green. Play another Drover. We still got the 2 green with those 2 Drovers. Now the question becomes, Bouncers beat down. Let's take out a Thieves Guild Enforcer. We'll start. We'll see if we draw out a counter spell or something like that. Huge ups. Oh, yes. Yes. The best place to be. Good stuff, good stuff. Now, hopefully they don't have something else. Oh, well, Magic the Gathering is the best game in the world. Absolutely. It's better than poker, Go Fish, Uno, Yahtzee. Yahtzee is a card game, yeah. No. And it's even better than Monopoly. And 52 pickup. They are dead though. 5-1 was, yeah, well, okay. Didn't quite get stuff online, but you will sometimes not get stuff online. Bad stuff will happen. Doesn't always work out. Doesn't matter what you're playing. You know, we'll see the perfect stuff. You often see, you know, curated. Curate is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. You gotta have a thick skin, that's for sure. Especially when, you know, times like that don't quite go your way. Yeah. Mill. It's rough. Maybe we'll face Dimir Rogues back to back. I think people will get it out of their system eventually. Once people adapt. My little one is fantastic. My daughter actually just had her 3rd birthday today. Absolutely lovely. Going first, I think this is pretty fantastic. Zerda, the Dawn, Waker, Walker. Good stuff, good stuff. Yes. My daughter was born this past morning at 12:17, 3 years ago. Yeah. Thanks for birthday wishes. I'll tell her you guys wished her happy birthday. The sub does seem to be working pretty good. Omen Hawker. Interesting. What do we have going on here? This, I don't exactly have a clue. So, Zerda, Dawn, Waker. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce mana in that cost to less than 1. Can pay 1, tap it. Target creature can't block this turn. We're in for some interesting shenanigans. The anti-cry filter. Okay. I don't know what this deck is going to do, but I imagine it is going to be... Yes. Okay. Certainly has to be Gwenna. I think there's a good chance we get that going, make it happen. Again, your guess is as good as mine for what is about to happen. There's a lot of ramping for activated abilities. Might Stone and the Weak Stone -5/-5 to Gwenna certainly is... Well, it's unfortunate. Yeah. Yes, JDX, absolutely. Pterosaurus, good stuff. Nice to see ya. Yes, hopefully rest in peace to this guy. Shifting Ceratop seems pretty nice. Gonna be crossing my fingers. The Might Stone and the Weak Stone. Well, they don't have another copy. Of course, it is gonna be pretty painful. It seems like it might be Azorius, Urza, Meld. So Might Stone and Weak Stone. Melds with Urza, Lord Protector. Oh, Twara. Okay, okay, well, it's going to be a little bit annoying, unfortunately. Oh, boy, this shenanigans are happening. Some super ramp something. I don't know. Oh, that is interesting. I never knew the backstory behind that, but I'm always interested to know the famous moment that became, and yeah, hopefully they're all tapped out, so at least we get to hit them once with shifting and hopefully get a land later at some point. I was thinking Topiary Stomper, but I feel like, you know, the aggression from shifting is nice. They have only blue creatures, so shifting can continue to fly past it. I might have to use that laugh again if we lose, because, hey, it was an enjoyable time, that's for sure. I was thinking of adding more parts of that laugh, because he just keeps going and going and going. Oh, it was pretty good. Sometimes hard to find the base video of memes, or just a decent quality version of it. Okay. Okay. Drew a bunch of cards, did a bunch of stuff. We're not dead yet, but it is going to be... I don't know. Yes, absolutely, JDX, you said it. A ramp for activated abilities, then they just do painful stuff with those activated abilities. With a minor artifact sub-theme, it seems. Renowned Weaponsmith tapping, spending this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. Secluded Courtyard. Very nice to, finally see another land. Can't do a whole lot to us. This is going to be some lovely aggression with Regisaur Alpha shifting, all of that. I don't think the Weaponsmith wants to block. We could be dead next turn, depending what they do. I think we'll be okay. All right. Yeah, they got a lot of ramp. Painful. Certainly a lot of cards in hand, and they don't have a maximum hand size due to this finale of restoration here. Pretty nice. I could see a sweeper coming up, but it seems like it's artifacts and stuff light on the sweeper aspect. Possibly they'll bring it in for game 2. Huh. Okay. Kenrith, the Returned King. It might be a little bit painful. Certainly seems like they're going to be gaining a bunch of life with Kenrith's ability. But we have the chance to drop Carnage Tyrant next turn, Tyrranax Rex, if we draw one of those 4 Castle Garen breaks, getting us to 6. Tyrranax reduced to 6 at the moment. Okay. Activated ability super ramp, it seems. Could play as many creatures as possible. I think we could get them. Only Kenrith. Kenrith and this new artifact there can block shifting Ceratops. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. Alright. Marauding, good stuff. Power that up with Topiary Stomper. Couldn't have gone Huntmaster, Marauding. 2. Yeah, I guess I could have. 2. No. Yeah, Topiary stays at 2. Which is good. 2 green. Search for land. Unfortunately, can't attack with it still, but Marauding getting to 4 might be enough to get the job done. Cradle Clear Cutter can't take out shifting, but they wouldn't take anything. Kenrith probably would block Regisaur Alpha. Well, we'll at least take out a few Omen Hawkers, I think. It's just going to be absolutely disgusting next turn. Got to do as much as humanly possible if we want to have any chance of winning it. This Cradle Clear Cutter getting bigger and bigger, tapping to add an amount of green equal to its power. Nasty. Shatter the Sky. Oh, well, definitely I am worried about the sweepers, 100%. But it seems like they got a lot of creatures with this activated ability, ramp tribal something. We'll find out. Oh, okay. Give everybody haste at instant speed, and then use those activated abilities to make everything. Okay. Well, that does tend to do the trick. Rough stuff. But you know what they're all about. Yeah, certainly Kenrith. Paid 1 red, all creatures can... I forget exactly how they made red. I think it was with chromatic orrery. Oh no, never mind. They may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. So they had 1 land or whatever. I didn't account for the Kenrith. Certainly would have been over. I would have conceded a little bit faster if I had realized that fact. Okay, well. Kogala and Yadaro. I don't know about you guys, but destroying some key artifacts and enchantments, mostly artifacts. Certainly Chromatic Orrery is going to buy us some time. They can't spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Love it. Yeah, definitely. This guy's coming in, 100%. Not a whole lot of interaction, so we could get some nice potential to pop off. Definitely want to leave in Gwenna, especially because she could power out a nice Kogala Yadaro fight a Kenrith before they can use a bunch of mana and things get too far gone, sadly. Weathered Runestone. I do have the Weathered Runestone. That is there. Weathered Runestone wouldn't be doing a whole lot for us in this particular matchup. Not much to do with graveyards for them. We do gotta cut something though. No real counter spells. You know what? I feel like Carnage Tyrant will trim that guy. I know. Feels pretty crazy. But I want that interaction from where the staples at. Oh. Well, they're not here. Okay, yep, I can work with that, knowing they don't interact a whole lot. Crossing my fingers. We got Marauding Raptor. Turn 2, well, I was going to say hopefully a 3rd land. Of course, at the moment it will enter tapped. It would be nice to go Gwenna and Drover the Mighty next turn. That would get the job done, certainly. But definitely Gwenna. We're going to pop off. All we gotta do is drop a Drover, and I believe we'll meet the requirement of being able to cast Ghalta. Ah, I did not know that. Huh. Interesting. Hopefully it's not another Mightstone and Weakstone. If they play another land this turn, they would be at 5. 3 land. Oh. Again? Gwenna, you can stay around. Okay, Zerda. That's all right. That's all right. Oh boy. Oh, and another land. We're off to the races here, folks. Drover. 1 green. Let me think. I think I can do this more efficiently. Gwenna could tap for a green. For Drover. No, okay. Do it like this. I was thinking I could use Castle Garenbrig's ability, but I can't with Gwenna there, sadly. But 1 green. Reduce Ghalta to 5. 4. Yes, 4. She untaps. Boom. I love it. Now we can't quite play Regisaur Alpha, sadly. That's still pretty decent, I must say. Certainly I wouldn't imagine Zerda would block either of those. Oh. I was gonna say, yeah, no. Oops is right. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. We still got Regisaur Alpha next turn. Gwenna wouldn't have untapped for Regisaur anyways. Still could be very painful having a Zerda out. It is definitely Jake. Oh my goodness, my coffee lid just popped right off. That was scary. I don't have a whole lot left. I never would wish to spill it and lose out on the nectar. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell. Again, it seems like it's all permanent stuff. I don't know, Wandering Emperor, something painful. We're going to swing with everything and not quite. Just Ghalta and Marauding. Learned our lesson with that Reckoner Bankbuster. Yeah, Twar, it's not the end of the world. Definitely pretty good. Trade with Reckoner Bankbuster, of course. We'll still get a super cheap Ghalta next turn. Especially with a second Regisaur Alpha. Follow that up with Ghalta and we're off to the races. Hopefully I don't have to tap the Drover for it. But of course I might not want to attack with Drover anyways. Good stuff. That's alright. Oh boy, they know what's about to happen. They have to deal with at least Regisaur Alpha. But again, if they do, we still might get the good stuff. Kill them. Either they save something for Ghalta, they have something for her, or they're probably dead. Eventually, one day, we'll get there. Good thing I had coffee, or I might be asleep. My oh my. Okay. Well. 6, 7, 5. Yeah. We get 6 green. We have that one source of red we need for another Regisaur Alpha. Left over with exactly 2, exactly enough for Ghalta. What are they going to do? Okay, hopefully they don't have another Mirror Shell Crab. I'm going to be crossing my fingers. So if they do. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding. Back-to-back Mirror Shell Crabs, they They had to do what they had to do. That's pretty decent, I must say. At least we have another Regisaur Alpha, Ghalta, and Yadaro. Oh, I like that. Do I like that a little bit better? Yeah, we're just going to go with that. We're going to fight the Cradle Clear Cutter now. Ghalta and Yadaro beating a dinosaur. Gets the haste, doesn't get the trample. Fantastic. It's okay by me. I imagine Regisaur Alpha would finish him off. Reckoner Bankbuster taking the opportunity to get rid of that. Yeah, if they sweep us, we still kill them. I like it. But definitely, being part dinosaur, it can enter with trample and haste, so it could be a fantastic top deck. You know, your back's against the wall, that sort of thing. But you could fight and still get to attack with a lovely 7/7. Possibly cast it for 5. Cost reduction from a Marauding. Could cast it for 4, of course. That would be, man, that'd be stunning. Say it's fully reduced with the cost reduction to 4. Gwenna untaps, technically making Ghalta and Yadaro a red and a green, whatever you want to consider it. Yes, we did. Yes, we did, Pterosaurus. But yeah, because it costs 4, she untaps. Man, it's as if you played this thing for 2, which is absolutely nuts. Interaction for artifacts, enchantments, and creatures. Certainly is fantastic and nice to see part of the thumbnail's sake so early. Anything else I want to do? Definitely they don't have enchantments to speak of. Keep it as is, hope to go as fast as possible, and hope there's no mirror shell crabs. Rocky too, Stanley, absolutely. I was one mirror shell crab, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's good. But the fact, maybe they didn't concede, I figured, oh, they got other shenanigans up their sleeve. Hopefully it's not 3 mirror shell crabs back to back to back. I would, anything is possible. Certainly nice to see that sheltered thicket. Again, nothing for 1. Feels pretty good to get the tap land down early. Oh boy. Certainly is a little bit slow. Nothing for 2, unfortunately, but again, little to no interaction from the opponent, so it still could work out. Okay. Gwenna it is. Let's go big or go home. Get it burnt out of the way. They would have countered, I guess, Topiary Stomper or Gwenna, sadly. Okay, 1 mirror shell crab down, 3 to go. I would imagine there's the full playset of that. It is pretty painful. Okay, cross your fingers. Gonna try for Topiary Stomper. This would mean we get Tyrranax Rex next turn. Oh, you gotta be kidding. That is absolutely unlucky. Gotta laugh at it. If you can't laugh at it, well, it's gonna be rough. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. I know you can't have 5 copies of a card, so I was gotta look at the silver lining, I guess. Something's gonna stick eventually. Very interesting. I'll just get the shifting down. I was thinking of attacking. I would imagine Zerda and maybe the pilot would block it. Maybe they drop some powerful thing. Kenrith, of course. Give everybody haste, make them big, and possibly could be dead. Oh boy. One more land next turn. Actually, we can go shifting in Ghalta. A total of 6 green, 4 for shifting. We get a 10 reduction. Yeah, I can't block, so I take a 1. It's odd. I guess if they want to do a little bit of damage. Okay, well. Ghalta, it is. Coming in. Wait. No point to attack with shifting. That Cradle Clear Cutter being a 3/6 is pretty darn problematic. Nuts. They don't have a whole lot in hand. Maybe that's going to bode well for us. Although, venturing into the dungeon with Secret Door, that is jank. I mean, it's certainly working out quite well. Definitely. Wouldn't expect to face this ever a second time, but hey, all the power to you. Of course, I play dinosaurs, so what am I saying? Okay. Reducing the activation of various stuff, venturing into the dungeon, stopping us from attacking, and doing a wide variety of stuff as they move through the rooms in the dungeons. They do a lot of things, sadly. That still could be doable. Kogala and Yadaro might be nice to take out that Cradle Clear Cutter, ramping so much. Chromatic Orrery, allowing them to spend mana for any color. Oh yes, exiling the top 2 cards of their library and play. High Alert. Wow. That is pretty good. Okie dokie. Certainly Marauding Raptor. Topiary Stomper, hopefully getting to 7 lands, being able to attack with Topiary at some point. Would have been nice to attack with Ghalta. Possibly if I could have given Ghalta haste, I might have played the second copy that I have. Sacrificed the copy that's out right now, and then would have been able to hit him. Beautiful. Smack him. Hope for the best. I can give Trample to one of the shifting Ceratopses. Secret Door can't block either, which is... yeah, that's alright. Take out a little Reckoner Bankbuster here. Do a touch more damage. One's not nothing. It could make all the difference down the line, of course. Oh boy. Unfortunately, it's taking longer than I would have hoped. They do so many things in a turn, ramping and venturing into the dungeon multiple times with the Secret Door there and playing things. Oh. Okay. Hey, that's alright. Best of 3 certainly isn't for everyone. Best of 1 can be more of a coin flip, of course, and there is usually a pretty big difference compared to best of 3. The decks you see in best of 1. Stuff that might fold to specific graveyard hate. Well, probably not as common in best of 3. But done this 450. I don't know, I really should count to get an exact number. Close to 500 times in other videos. 10,000 games individual of dinosaurs at least. I don't know how many matches, of course, but you can do the math. 450 streams with at least, probably 4-5 matches each stream. 450 times 4 times roughly 2.5, because there'd be probably sometimes more than 2, sometimes 2 games in each match. If you want to be conservative, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, absolutely, Stanley. I mean, some nights you guys see how painful it is. Maybe it's specific changes I've made that aren't quite working, but more often than not, it's just not getting the lands flooded sometimes. But that's all right. Still hopefully make it work. Definitely. Greasefang, speaking of stuff that's fast, I faced Greasefang again today on my break at work. Now I'm on, going first, feeling pretty good. I see the overgrown tomb, I believe, black and green. I think, maybe this is Greasefang. Then the source of white. Yeah, I'm still not fast enough. Even going first, they get turn 3 Parhelion with the Greasefang, and of course turn 3 Parhelion is usually lights out. They win game 1, and if you win game 1, it can be pretty hard to recover. Of course, Greasefang, not sometimes the most consistent, but the recent outings I've had against Abzan Greasefang have been consistent for them, for the most part. Hey, can't win them all. Variants, you'll see a lot of interesting stuff, like tonight especially. I mean, I guess maybe it's probably over. We'll see. Let's just keep Oh, I see. Infinite mana with this this combo. Okay. Yes. All right. I didn't realize they were going infinite like this. Yeah. So the Cradle Clear Cutter, they can, with the Chromatic Orrery, they can spend mana as if it were mana of any color. Eventually, Cradle Clear Cutter got big enough that they can just tap, untap, and keep getting more mana and more mana. Using that mana to venture into the dungeon, it's painful. 1 out of 5 times, interesting. Yes, definitely can't finding the pieces in time with Greasefang. It's happened enough. Interaction without needing to fight. Rending Volley, of course, can be a little bit painful. I don't imagine you've had Rending Volley used against you, but Bouncers beat down anything. Stuff that hits the graveyard, even if you can target one thing at a time, something that taps to exile target card, as long as you're targeting the vehicle that Greasefang targets, you should be pretty good as well. And this looks pretty explosive also. Not quite Greasefang level, but if they leave us alone, this is going to be lovely stuff. Definitely going to play Gwenna. Gwenna and Marauding, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hard to say, we're staring down a Botanical Sanctum. Your guess is as good as mine. Just Simic Flash, something, Sultai, who knows. Yeah. Eldritch Evolution shenanigans, Sultai, like I thought. Overgrown Tomb, oh, they have their... We're facing the other Gwenna combo. Okay. Acererak the Archlich. Suggestive name, I know. Huh. Gwenna and Gwenna. Oh, Tyrranax Rex. is about to happen. But we may just be dead. Acererak the Archlich is... okay. I mean, I haven't used Gwenna in a while, and when I do, I face this painful combo. They can't go infinite right now, but they will be able to replay this guy a lot. I used this deck probably a few months ago, I would say. It can work, but of course, you know, you don't get the Archlich. Things just don't really happen too much. I tried it, and the combo just wasn't very consistent. Sometimes you're just missing a key piece, and yeah. Do have a slim chance. The fact they aren't going infinite, but Gwenna certainly is getting pretty darn big. Effectively, they just have to pay one. As long as they have one somewhere else. They got a treasure, the Mox Amber that they replayed, another land. They'll be able to keep playing the Lich. 3, possibly 4 more times here. Yeah. Of course, this is actually infinite if, well, we were doing it. Marauding Raptor reducing the Lich to 2, Gwenna tapping for 2, and then we can just pop off in fantastic fashion. Maybe it should be something to consider just because, you know, it can make good stuff happen here. 6, 7, that's not too bad. Okay, okay. Here goes nothing. Marauding for 1. Gwenna's going to untap. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm excited. It's not nearly as explosive as I would have liked, of course. That's alright. We're not quite dead yet. Of course, Gwenna could get quite big, but Marauding, the one left over to block her. I mean, hopefully they don't go infinite this turn. They certainly could. You just gotta hold out hope. Again, another deck where it takes a long time. Maybe I should play something a little bit more upbeat. Oh, Rona. Oh, that is a painful addition. When they flip it. Whenever a source deals damage to Rona, Tolarian Obliterator, that source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. If it's a land, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, they can cast it without paying its mana cost, sadly. But it seems like they can't do a whole lot. Which is nice for us. Maybe this will do it. They have 3 mana, potentially. That could interrupt what we want. Get him. Got him. Maybe they have a counter spell, or they had something that would deal with something, but it's pretty hard to deal with Tyrranax Rex, that's for sure. So let's go. Topiary Stomper, of course, will get another land, which is lovely stuff. And perhaps it's better to attack with Gwenna, save the Topiary Stomper, but we would power up those Maraudings. We'd still effectively get the same boosts. We lose the potential 4 power from Gwenna, but we make Maraudings 6/3s. All right. That's okay, that's okay. I'll save that Marauding Raptor just in case we draw some dino that would die to 2 Marauding Raptor pings. It might be nice. Oh yeah, I guess they'll make Gwenna. I forgot about that fact. Gwenna will get too big and kill us, sadly. Well, we do have something, potentially, that is going to get them. They'll play the Lich. You know what we'll do. When that triggers on the stack, the Lich should be sitting there just for a brief second. As long as we have a creature with 5 power, we can hit it with Bouncer's Beatdown, exile it, and put a stop to this painful combo. So, that's the plan. Definitely. Ghalta Yadaro certainly could be nice to interact. Tyrranax Rex, Ghalta, well, it could be nice. But we need to put a stop to this ASAP. 2 more things. Two Gwennas. Trimmed a little bit off the top, reduced the number of creatures that Gwenna untaps with. The T-Rexes, Ghalta. Interaction, that's where it's at. We're going to get this paint. Oh, hey, wow, yeah, instant. Love it. 2 lands, Marauding, Drover, 2 beatdowns, although we don't have something at least 5 power. I think we'll get there. Certainly could have been a lot worse. It's going to be nice to surprise them and potentially put an immediate stop to what they were hoping to do. Maybe they were a little bit scared. They saw what we kept, or they saw we kept it immediately. So they're like, oh, I'm in for a rough time. I wonder what this person's going to do. They almost took us down. Oh boy. Hopefully Marauding sticks around. With the next land coming up plus Drover, we're going to get pretty close to just playing Ghalta and Yadaro itself. Oh, I'm liking that. Yes, definitely. Next turn. We're in business. I'll pressure this type. Good stuff. Bouncer's Beatdown. Might as well. Love it. That's going to slow him down nicely. Oh, they got the Relic of Legends. Bad things are about to happen. But even worse things are. Because Ghalta and Yadaro is coming down to fight Rona and attack. Guess not attack. It doesn't have haste, but boom, there we go. Dead. Done. Smoked him. Okay. That does the trick. And of course with Ghalta and Yadaro again being part dinosaur. Marauding pings gets a boost. They would have got an extra 2 damage through because they didn't have any creatures to block, so for 5, we fought, took something out, basically anything. Hopefully something less than 5 power. Of course, Ghalta and Yadaro temporarily damaged by 2. So you may not want to fight something with 5 power. Yes, definitely. Some of the songs certainly line up quite nicely. Oh, they absolutely do, Stanley, 100%. Tried to pick songs though. Maybe. No. Oh, okay, much better. Well, there's no interaction, unfortunately, but you know what? I feel pretty good. No. Turn 2 Huntmaster, turn 3 Marauding plus Topiary Stomper would be better. Oh, okay. No, that's not happening, unfortunately. Hopefully we see that bouncer's beat down too. Yeah, if you guys have any... Oh. Maybe we'll be knocked out. This one. Back-to-back thought seizes, of course, are never fun, but hey, they discard the thing and then you just draw a replacement. That's the ultimate power of having played this deck so much. I'm resilient to thought seize. Not really tilted whatsoever and just do fun stuff. Now, Topiary Stomper getting us to 4-5 next turn for Ghalta and Yadaro. And with Huntmaster, we get to give that lovely dinosaur turtle haste after we fight some creature that they play. The Gwenna, the Kinnan. I'm definitely taking him out on sight, dead. You don't ask questions, you kill him. It's the most straightforward thing you could do. Absolutely. Yes, good. We're slowing him down. That's where it's at. And smacking him for 7. Beautiful stuff. Oh. Phew. Life flashed before my eyes there. That is good. I'm happy it featured quite nicely. Bringing them the pain. I mean, an ape gorilla alone would be nasty. And then you have a dinosaur turtle. The combination is just unbeatable, I think. I think so. Play another Kinnan, doesn't matter. It would have to block this to survive. They have to do something. If I had left it alive, would not have been good. Pretty sure he's toast. Yes, definitely. Maybe we'll play something a little bit more upbeat. Alright, one of my new favorites. What are you waiting for? Literally. I know what I'm waiting for, but we are waiting. This is actually kind of perfect. Poetic. Twiddling my thumbs. Godzilla and King Kong's. Oh, hopefully I can do the event that gets you the alternate art of this, the one that's featured in the thumbnail. I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's a little bit hard to read the normal art, but the showcase treatment, oh, absolutely fantastic stuff. Oh, okay, we got another one. Well, I think we're gonna get him. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely pretty good. Seems like there's enough interaction. Perhaps Ghalta and Yadaro is enough interaction. A dino synergizes with the cost reduction, haste, if it fights still with Regisaur or Huntmaster, as you saw right there. Start off with it. If you see a duplicate, you can cycle it away. You draw a card, you put it back into the library. Yes. What are you waiting for? That is the question. But I think I'll leave it there. Leave it on a positive note. A little bit earlier than I thought. Took Took me a little longer to get things started. My daughter did have a nap today, and that often means, it takes her longer to go down, and she didn't let me leave. I've started to ask, hey, can I leave and go to the big bed, just as a way to get out here and get to you guys a little bit sooner. But overall, fantastic, lovely stuff. Yes, Stanley, have a good night. Pterosaurus, thanks for watching. You, everybody else, right now, later on, subscribe if you haven't already. Take a bite out of that like button. Have a good rest of your time zone, and yeah, hopefully see you tomorrow night. Peace.